Thank you so much. This is it's definitely an honor, man. You've been doing this thing for a long time, and you know everybody's been singing your music, man.
I didn't really have the original Smallwood singers, but I had Dottie Jones, who is major original Smallwood singers, who was the original lead for I Love the Lord. I want to go back and get some of the people who were instrumental in my history, and Dottie certainly was during the era of the Smallwood singers. Everybody would look for Dottie with her signature hairstyle, as well as the songs that really people enjoyed from that era. So I definitely want to get her, and I want to go back even further. Again, Angela Winbush, because a lot of people don't know that Angela is an original Smallwood singer. And when she was a student at Howard, I had just graduated from Howard, and she had come in and she began to sing with my church choir. And when I formed the Smallwood Singers, she was a part of them until she moved to L.A. So she's a major part of my history as well. So I want to get those people around that, some of those people who really were a part of this anthology, make it really a true kind of historical experience. People ask you, well, how do you breathe? Well, I don't know. I just sort of do it. And it's sort of a similar kind of thing. Music will come to my mind. I'll hear, melodies. I'll hear harmonies. Sometimes I'll just feel like a vamp. And you just keep toying around with it and developing it. Most of the times I'm not at the piano. Usually I'm like on an airplane or at the airport or the grocery store or in the car or somewhere. And thank God for my iPhone. I just sort of put down whatever ideas that I hear, or even some things that I dream. Sometimes I dream songs. And, I have my iPhone right at my bed. So if I wake up and there's something that I dream musically before it fades, I can get it down on the phone and then later on sort of expand it and make it into a song. So it just sort of comes that way. My church, first of all, my church family means everything to me. I mean, they've been there through so much of my career, my ministry, and supported me down through the years. But then, I just think that if you're in ministry, you have to go somewhere and get fed. I mean, it's impossible for you to get up day after day, week after week, whatever, and just continue to minister, and you don't get depleted. You need somewhere where you can go and hear the word and get replenished, get refreshed, get sometimes new song ideas. To have that covering, those people, that pastor, that shepherd who cares about you, who loves you through the problems that you may go through. I think everybody needs that. Music has a way of, they used to say, soothing the savage beast, but it has a way, it transcends language barriers, it transcends cultural barriers. I was going to BT for something, and the guy who picked me up in the limo was a Muslim. As we were riding, turned around and he said, Mr. Smallwood, you will never know how much your music blesses me. Well, a lot of times we don't understand that music transcends all of those kinds of man-made barriers that we sort of put up. And I think if you really minister from your heart, you can make a difference. The biggest rewards I have or awards I have are the ones where people tell me the stories about how the music got them through the most horrific kinds of situations, which lets me know that what I'm doing is not in vain. And the thing is that we've got to follow Christ. Christ did not teach about division. He taught about acceptance, love. If we get rid of the politics and all the other stuff that sometimes we have in our churches and follow what his word said, what his teachings were, we could be a much better place to live in. There are many situations along the way that really make you want to give up. There are many times that I wanted to give up, but I knew that it really wasn't about me. It was about what I was called to do. And if you understand that you're called to do something, you really don't have the luxury to say, well, I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm going to go sit down, because that's not what you're here on this planet for. We're all created for a purpose, for something here. And once you find out what that is and you pursue that, if that's your calling, we can't give up on it. But I do know that God's grace sustains us through whatever we go through. And whatever we face, and the times we fall down, and as Donnie said, but we get back up again. Well, necessarily sometimes get back up again by ourselves, but it's the strength of God who gets us back up and says, okay, keep pressing. And you keep going because you want to see people reach, you want to see people made better.